You're in the grind now, deep in the struggle. It feels like the whole world is against you. Welcome to the fight. The darkness you're feeling, that's where you grow. You don't get stronger when life is easy. You get stronger in the struggle, when you're at your lowest, when the weight is too heavy and your legs feel like they'll give out. But you don't stop. You keep going. You dig deep into that inner strength, the part of you that's tougher than anyone realizes. You face the pain head on, because pain is fuel. It shows you're still alive. The odds, they mean nothing. Look around. No one is coming to save you. No one cares about your excuses. Stop waiting for the world to give you a break. You make your own break. You break through the walls in front of you, no matter how bloody your hands get. And if your bones break, you crawl. It's not about winning. It's about surviving. It's about refusing to quit. When everyone else folds, you stand tall. Even when your body says it's done, when your mind whispers, you've had enough, you look that weakness in the eye and say, no, not today. Keep moving. Keep grinding. No matter how brutal it gets, you don't stop. You were built for this. When the dust settles and everyone else has broken or given up, you'll be the one left standing. Why? Because you refuse to give up. And when you look around and see nothing but wreckage, your hands torn, your body broken, your mind exhausted, that's when you realize most people quit here. But you're not most people. You didn't come this far just to stop. This is where you separate yourself. This is where you redefine who you are. When you're staring into the abyss, that's when you learn what you're really made of. Most people turn back when things get too dark, when the pain becomes too much. They look for an exit. But you thrive in the darkness. You breathe it, because this is your proving ground. It's not about talent or luck. Those things are for the soft. This is about willpower, unbreakable will. The ability to keep moving when your body screams for rest and your mind begs for mercy. That's what wins in the end. Not skill, not comfort, not convenience. It's relentlessness. Don't expect the finish line to get easier. It never will. Every step will be harder than the last. The pain won't subside. It'll get sharper. The obstacles won't shrink. They'll get bigger. But you will keep moving. You will keep fighting. Because your mind is bulletproof. Your heart a weapon unbeaten by fear or doubt. So when the odds seem impossible, when you're the last one standing in the middle of chaos, you smile. You smile because that's where you belong. In the fire, in the storm. That's your home. When everyone else says it's over, you keep pushing. Not because you think you can make it, but because you refuse to accept anything less than victory. You know that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. So dig deep. Embrace the grind. Keep going. No matter what the odds are, you'll overcome. You'll outlast it all because this is what you were born for. This is what you were made to do. When you step into the battle, remember, nobody owes you anything. There's no reward for just showing up. The world doesn't care if you're tired, if you've been beaten down, if you're bleeding from every step. You chose this path. You chose the hard road. And that means you've already accepted the consequences. There will be days when the weight on your shoulders feels unbearable, when every step feels like dragging a dead body. But understand, you're not dragging a body. You're dragging the old version of yourself. The weak version. The one who used to make excuses. The one who looked for an easy way out. You're killing that version of yourself, step by step. That's what this is about. The purge, stripping away everything soft, everything that holds you back, everything that whispers for you to stop. You don't listen to that voice. You can't. You've burned the boats behind you. There's no retreat, only forward. Every moment you keep going, you're proving something, not to anyone else, but to yourself. The world doesn't get to decide how far you go. You do. You set the terms of your life. You set the standard, and it's untouchable. Forget the odds. People love to talk about how the odds are against them. But let me tell you, the odds are for the weak. The moment you start calculating your chances, you've already accepted failure as an option. And we don't do that here. Failure is only real if you let it stop you. Think you're too broken? Think you've suffered too much? Good. Because that's when you find out how far you can go. When you're on the edge of breaking, that's when the real work begins. Most people will never reach that point because they fear the edge. But you live on that edge. The fear, the pain, the odds, they're not obstacles. They're fuel. They push you forward. You've already accepted the suffering. You've already decided that no matter how much it hurts, no matter how dark it gets, you won't stop. So when the darkness closes in, when the pressure mounts, and it feels like you can't take another step, that's when you dig deeper. Because if you can take one more step, you can take another. If you can survive one more second, you can survive another minute. That's how you win, 1 second at a time. And when you finally emerge from the battle, broken, bruised, and barely breathing, you'll know one thing for sure. You're unstoppable. You went farther than anyone else would have dared. You stayed in the fight when everyone else gave up. And when you're standing alone, the last one still moving, you'll realize you were never fighting the odds. You were fighting yourself. Now get back out there and go again, because this fight never ends.